What's up, fellas? Hope we're all having a fantastic day. It has been a hot second since I've uploaded some deadline content. Today we are just going to be going over the patch 24.0 update patch notes. I'm not going to be giving my thoughts or my inputs on it yet. I've only been able to play it as of today, which is the 19th, so I'm a couple days late. But anyhow, let's get straight into it. As always, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already or are curious about my thoughts and opinions on this update. Comment what you guys think as well. To get into it, the devs stated in their patch notes, welcome to 24.0. The long wait was caused by several breaks we've had to take that interrupted development. Though this hasn't been uncommon in the past, we work on a lot of different things, and tying them all up for release in an update takes a while, even after we've realized we've already been working on it for 4 months. That is true, this update did take a while. Before getting into the changes, we'd like to warn about another data wipe coming for the next few updates whenever progression is updated. This is not guaranteed to happen soon, but will happen at least once in the game's lifetime. So there were some bugs when it came to camos and some items having to be purchased again for a lot of players. This has been a known thing when it comes to data wipes, things breaking for over 2 years. I don't really understand, this is kind of a side note, I don't really understand why people have been complaining about it so much in the discords when it's been an absolute known. Anyhow, moving on, we've added 7v7 with a bunch of new maps from new hires in our studio and plan to add more game modes in 0.25. Though the list is not confirmed, push and more competitive game modes are on the list. We also pushed for mobile support this update, but ultimately cut it back to 0.25. The game works on mobile, but not a lot of the UI basically doesn't work. To sum it up, we've also added Roblox voice chat. Hold X to talk over the radio as long as your microphone is enabled. Your team hears it everywhere and enemies will hear it when you're near them. Interesting. We've also added more utility items, which the RPGs were a poor introduction to. You can now equip a knife in your grenade slots and shove at people with your rifle. 0.25 plans to introduce other types of grenades like smoke and flashbang grenades. We want to make more than just guns in the game as part of the gameplay, despite being slow at implementing it. The editor has gotten more changes to accommodate for rifles being long. The view is positioned to be bigger on the screen and less information dense. The Picatinny category should have a more user-friendly attachment selection scheme. Hopefully nobody is going to be asking whether we're adding ACOGs in the next update anymore. It happened a lot in the past. Camo is unlockable now. We wanted it to be something to work towards rather than just a free add-on to modding weapons. All right, now actually into the additions. First off, we have added the Wilcox Raid XE high power laser illumination device. This is another IR device similar to your PEC 15s, Engals, Zenico Purse series kind of stuff. It's going to do the same kind of things. It is around a little bit, the form factor is around that of a PEC 15. Might be a little slimmer. The girth is a little slimmer, but it's generally going to do the same kind of stuff. Next, we have added the CAC Aimpoint Micro NVG High-Rise Picatinny mount. This is going to be similar to kind of your like ScalarWorks and 193 or 226 risers, meant for the Aimpoint T2, T1 kind of series. So that's SIG Romeo 4T will also fit on there. It's just another high mount. Added the Zenitco DTK1 and DTK1L muzzle brakes. These, if you're an AK user and you run them unsuppressed, I would actually really highly check these out. These will probably have pretty decent stats if the devs have implemented them correctly. Next, we have the NPZ PS01 4x24 Picatinny scope. This is a Russian 4x scope. It's kind of similar-ish to an ACOG. It's kind of the com block take on it. Next, we have the Sig Sauer Foxtrot 1 flashlight. Another flashlight, which is pretty good. The amount of flashlights in the game has been kind of underwhelming in my opinion, so this is a welcome addition. We have a rear sight called the RTM PM1 Makarov rear sight. I can't really speak to it too much on if it's going to be better than your standard sights. Check it out for yourself if you're a PM user. We have the Legal Arsenal PM straight trigger, probably going to be a higher ergo trigger for the PM. Added the gun custom tuning tactic kit pistol grip. This is also kind of like a lower module for the PM pistol. Next, we have the Radiant Weapons Glock 17 Ramjet and Afterburner. This is probably going to be an awesome upgrade for the Glock 17. Would highly recommend if you run Glocks as your secondary or run them as primaries, check it out if you run them unsuppressed. Added the Colt's M16A1 pistol grip and a chopped version. Pretty self-explanatory. It's an M16A2 old school style pistol grip. Added the Arms O2 M16 scope mount, another scope mount for the M16 AR-15 platform. Next, we have on the list the EST PM laser for the Makarov, or PM pistol. Added a threaded barrel for the Makarov, so now you can run cans on your Max. Next, we have the DSA SA58 folding para SPR stock. So pretty self-explanatory. You can now have a folder on your SPR stocks for your SA58/FAL. Ooh, the next one is pretty awesome. I'm probably gonna run this and check it out. They have added the Aimpoint Comp M4 sight. So this is an aim point. It'll go on your 30mm ring mounts. Next, we have the Lancer Systems L5 AWM Gen 2 magazines. These are probably actually going to look pretty clean. I don't know how they're necessarily going to stack up stats-wise. Next, we've got a Dozer PM pistol grip. Another pistol grip for the PM. Looks like the PM got a little bit of love. Next, we have the AAC 5.56x45 Blackout 18 Teeth Flash Hider. I'm assuming that this is also a suppressor host. Let me Google that for you real quick. It looks like it is. Yep. We have, ooh, juicy. Next, we've got the HoloSun HS510C and HS510C green reticle. These are actually going to be very, probably, judging by my knowledge of them and how they are comprised and how they look, in a video game like this, these are going to be a very clear optic and a very solid option. They're probably also going to have multiple reticle choices, a dot, a circle dot like the EOTech, and also a circle without the dot. Next, we have the Accuracy International Remington 700 AICS folding chassis. This is basically kind of, if you remember the L96 from Call of Duty Black Ops, it's gonna look kind of similar to that. It's just another chassis for the Remington 700. It's gonna give you those Accuracy International vibes. Next, we have some DSA SA58 M-Lock handguards that were added. The DSA looks like it got a little bit of love, so I'll run through these real quick. Rear sight Picatinny mount for the SA58, a SA58 mid-length Belgian style handguard, which is probably going to be more like a slick handguard, and a SA58 5-round magazine. Don't know why you would want to run that, but it's there. Next, we have the Zenitco AK leader kit. So this is probably going to be a bunch of Zenitco furniture. If added correctly, it uses kind of like that, basically the Russian version of M-Lock. It's called Basis. Very welcome addition to the AK series. Next, we have a bunch of revamps. So the 545 Design Aggressor AK handguard has been revamped. We also have the Monstrum Tactical A-Series M-Lock handguards for the M4 have been revamped. The Magpul RVG and MVG foregrips have been revamped. The Tactical Dynamics anodized skeletonized AR-15 pistol grip has been revamped. The Troy M7A1 PDW stock and proprietary bolt carrier group for that guy has also been revamped. The Fab Defense PMG pistol grip for the Makarov has also been revamped. The Aimpoint Comp M2 QRP low ring mount and Wilcox mount have all been revamped. The Windham weaponry railed gas block, that's a tongue twister, and JP5 Enterprises 5B gas block have also been revamped. We have the Salient Arms 10 and 14.5 inch QD handguards and their extensions have all been revamped. That's going to be very drippy. I hope they look really good. The PEC 2A, the old school PEC, has been revamped. The Burris AR-332-3X and has been revamped, as well as they added, it looks like the 536, which is the 5X. So these will probably, off the top of my head, if I remember correctly, go on like TA51 mounts or something similar to that mounting platform. The Zenitco PK06 Cobra sight has been revamped. I'm going to check that out. It looks like also the Axion Cobra EKP 818 sight was revamped and they added the 802 mount for it. So this is that old school Russian dot. These are going to go really clean on your AKs. I'll probably be running them on the AK-74U because the Krink was definitely added this update. We have the HX5 MP5 handguard was revamped. They added a custom Makarov 84 round drum for all the crazy Makarov users out there. The Ergo Deluxe AR-15 Sure Grip was revamped. The Trijicon RM35 mount was revamped. That's a RMR footprint mount. The Pachmeyer Tactical grip for Glocks was revamped, so that's that little Russian, or not Russian, excuse me. It actually might be Russian or Bulgarian. It's like a little rubber grip that goes around the pistol grip of the Glocks within the game. The Legal Arsenal +2 PM mag extension was revamped. The Zenico AK Sport 4 kit was revamped. The Zenico B19 upper handguard, as well as it looks like the Zenico B33 dust cover was also revamped. It looks like they added a bunch of, these are now going to be kind of a bunch of just random changes they've made. HKG3 part skins looks like were added. They added the ability for grenades to smash windows, changed a few ammo names and types. I'm not really going to delve into that. Players are sorted by overall KDR every match. Vertical rails are draggable now. UI now adapts to your screen size. Doors are broken, but a little bit differently now. I really don't know what that means. It looks like arm stamina was rebalanced. I'm going to check that out and see that. Arm stamina doesn't deplete when a shot anymore. So it looks like when you take rounds, your arm stamina doesn't die. Better shop attachments view with search functions. So the UI was completely overhauled. We already know this. After spawning is now realistic. Laser flare is now correctly handled across IR only lasers. Ooh, that's good, because before in the past, they would absolutely blind you, which was crazy. Most longer range sights now no longer support night vision. That is good, because that's how it works IRL. So if you run like a lot of your ACOGs, even, or like your 7 to 35s to 3 to 18 scopes that you would see on like DMRs or special purpose rifles, you really can't use them under nods. Progressive recoil has been added. So to delve more deep into that, so you guys actually understand what it is, the way the devs implemented it, shooting in semi-automatic and in controlled bursts is now easier. For each shot that's in full auto, recoil increases by around 6%. That recoil caps out at 160% of the base recoil of whatever gun you're running. Obviously, that varies per whatever gun you're running. This does not affect you shooting in semi-automatic. And it does not affect SMGs, pistols, and bolt-action guns. In addition to this, base recoil across the board for pretty much all rifles was roughly decreased. I believe the average was around 15%. And this was to compensate for this kind of progressive recoil addition. They reduced recoil for pistols, and they made the AR-15 M4 recoil less jittery, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions regarding that, drop a comment. I'll try to answer them best I can, or jump over to the Discord server. Let's have a discussion. Looks like the Mark 9, which is the AR-15 that's chambered in 9, basically. So an AR-9 was completely revamped. The TT-83 audio was completely revamped. Bayonet blades have been added that deal additional melee damage. Shoving mechanic now exists. Having the ability to rebind your keys was added. Next, we have skins. Looks like have corrected materials now. Maybe some of them just weren't lining up right. Grenades show up in third person when held in hand now. Disabled the ability to refill ammo for RPGs. I like that very much. The run pose for some weapons has been corrected. There's a new soundtrack, so a new OST. Audio ducking is less aggressive, hopefully causes less issues with distortion. So it looks like they've been working on the audio system a bit. The AKM has a very worn PBR skin now. New walking sway and animations. AR-9 has less annoying recoil animations. That's great, because it used to be like wild. I'm just going to read through these and see which ones are kind of important or not. Your view becomes darker with magnified optics. Sway is now tied to your mouse sensitivity now. AKs have been renamed. Weapon refill is now partial for some weapons. Looks like a bunch of bug fixes as well. Ammo refills now have a cooldown message. So to add to this, to kind of add as we ended on kind of audio right now. Audio, it looks like in the game also, they didn't really touch on it much, but it sounds a lot different. I think it sounds a lot better, in my opinion. You can hear people from a little bit farther away from kind of the very short amount of time I've had to play the game. Other than that, let me know what you guys think about this patch so far, how it's been going for you guys in the comments below. I'd love to have a discussion, kind of see other people's input as well. Subscribe if you want to see my thoughts and opinions after I play the update for a couple days. I'm going to be definitely uploading kind of my thoughts and opinions once I'm able to kind of go through everything and kind of see how this patch is going to go for me. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.